Let's talk about this.
I'd like to get Gunner in there again. Ton of respect for Italy. It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals because Mexico plays Italy actually tomorrow. So the way the schedule lines up, this is an important game for us. Nolan McLean will start. He's on the bump and he's good to go. He's an absolute beast.
That is Mark DeRosa, manager of Team USA for the World Baseball Classic, and he gave that interview prior to the Americans getting upset by Italy. Notice this headline: Team USA on the brink of elimination. But wait a minute. What did Mark DeRosa say?
It's weird. We want to win. We want to win this game, even though our tickets punched to the quarterfinals.
My dude, how do you not know that your ticket is indeed not punched to the quarterfinals? I mean, look at who he put in the lineup. This screams that he did not care about this game. Americans have world-class talent, don't get me wrong. But this is layered. And the only players who have played in all four of the pool games: Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Roman Anthony. Obviously, they lost. I'm looking at this lineup once more. But keep in mind, if you put this out and you make these comments, it shows that this was just a throwaway game.
Set their lineup in a fashion that would tell you they weren't taking this game serious. Paul Goldschmidt is a platoon bat. He was the fifth worst qualified hitter against right-handed pitching in Major League Baseball last year out of 155 guys. He gets the start against a righty. That is the move of someone who thinks the game doesn't matter. They didn't make any moves off the bench until the seventh inning. This is a much different game. All runs matter in the tiebreaker. They had no idea. You can't convince me they had any idea. There's two things that happened here. They thought they punched their ticket. This game didn't matter. Nobody in the whole team said, no, that's wrong. Or they just took it so lightly and are dumb. So you're dumb this way or you're dumb that way. I just wonder how much USA cares.
So when asked about all this, he said this.
On a television interview today, you seemed to indicate that you thought y'all had already advanced to the quarterfinals. Is that true?
Yeah, I misspoke. I was on hot stove with a couple buddies today and completely misread the calculations. We knew that Mexico was going to play Italy and then running all the numbers with if we lost tonight with the runs allowed and runs scored and outs. So I just misspoke.
Wait. So he says he misspoke, but then he also made a calculation. I would say that I am accurate in portraying how he depicted all this as a massive failure. A massive failure. It is rare that you really, really catch a coach with their pants down like this. This is the epitome of it. The epitome, guys. David Rifkin wrote, DeRosa just crushed his chances for an MLB managerial job. He literally sabotaged his own team because he didn't know the situation. Just brutal. I agree completely. That's what all of this says to me. And one of the funnier things, though, was this graphic with the headline, Greatest Threats to World Peace, with DeRosa coming ahead of Xi, Putin, and Kim. Well done. But then there was this.
Just their reactions to it, you can tell they miss it or they're they're dying for it. So listen, the iPhone changed the world, right? Bottom line, we played in a different generation where we could do and say things that wasn't going to get out. I just feel like these guys are under such more of a microscope that they go back to their hotel rooms and kind of, Bobby can attest, they're probably playing video games and hanging out, but we don't get to see it. We played in a different time where we were staying in the clubhouses till wee hours of the morning, just having a few beers and talking the game. So that has been the most enjoyable part of this for us, just kind of bringing the entire group together. I mean, that not only that ended up on the bus, that ended up back at the hotel. There's some guys dragging today.
That's when Trisha Whitaker, shout out to my fellow IU alum, wrote, hold on. Are we actually doing this storyline? Team USA bonding in the clubhouse until 12:30 is now part of the reason they lost. The game the next day was at 9 at night. We're acting like they were out clubbing instead of being teammates. In a world where most people barely look up from their phones, the idea that players talking face-to-face till 12:30 is somehow a problem is a narrative I have to vehemently disagree with. And it's just not the storyline anyone should be buying into. Exactly. Yes. But then there is the media angle in all of this, which is flat out embarrassing. MLB Network, DeRosa's employer as a host, removed this piece of video where DeRosa said they were already in to the next round. That is malpractice. Thus, many in the industry started questioning why it was removed from different video platforms. The league initially took down DeRosa's mistaken comments from MLB.com with attempts by The Athletic to access it, yielding error messages. MLB later restored the video amidst public pressure. A version of the interview that remained on MLB Network's Facebook page appeared to be condensed, and what do you know, they did not include the now scrutinized remarks. On the flip side, there was this. MLB Network deleting the DeRosa files is on the sillier side of the scandal, but the league made a great argument for the importance for supporting independent media. If Major League Baseball will hide something dumb like this, what else won't its leaders tell you? And if they won't, who will? Wrote Bradford. Good call. So how exactly does Team USA advance in the WBC, and can they possibly have a good chance of advancing? Ben Verlander breaks it down.
This is how Team USA advances in the World Baseball Classic. Now, there's a potential tiebreaker involved, so let me make it as simple as possible. The easiest way. If Team Italy beats Team Mexico, then Italy and the United States both advance. Now, if Mexico wins and Mexico scores 5 or more runs, then Team Mexico and the United States both advance. If Mexico scores 4 or less runs, then Mexico and Italy will both advance. That's how the tiebreaker works. It's a complicated process with a lot of runs and division and outs recorded, but that is the simplest process. It does change a little bit if extra innings are involved, but for Team USA to advance, basically what you're easily rooting for is Team Italy to win. If Italy beats Mexico, the United States advances. If Mexico wins, you basically want a slugfest. 5 or more runs, and the United States advances with them. 4 or less runs, and the United States is going home, and both Mexico and Italy will advance.
A few more reactions from all of this. Not trying to be overly dramatic, snarky, or mean-spirited. When I say I genuinely do not know how Mark DeRosa gets back on MLB Network and is supposed to be taken seriously as a credible analyst after this debacle. USA hockey head coach, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. USA basketball head coach, 4-time finals champion. USA Soccer head coach, Champions League runner-up, USA baseball manager, talk show host, but also a former MLB player. Team USA Baseball is sad, not just for this performance. They still could win the whole thing. But how is it possible to radiate this little swag and aura every other team is having the time of their lives, crying after wins, and this is the most corporate slop team ever? In conclusion, bad. Bad. These are mistakes that winning organizations do not make from the top down. This is horrible. Horrible. And an insufferable way to potentially go out. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.